Hey friends, Damron here. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to prioritize your health and wellness so that you can reach your goals and feel your best. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, hit that button to be notified anytime I post new content related to women's health, hormones, or holistic health. I have all kinds of patients, and I've gotten stuck in this trap in my own life too, where people come to me and they're like, oh my gosh, I was doing so good, and then this happened. My kids got sick, I went on vacation, I had a big work stress, whatever, and then I just fell off. And that's literally one of the most common conversations I have. And one of the biggest detriments to this is the all or nothing mindset. We've talked about that plenty of times on this channel before. This black and white thinking of either you're on the wagon, on the horse, on track, or off track is really what's getting in the way of you prioritizing your healthy lifestyle. In my opinion, there are different weeks, different months, different seasons of life that we have more or less capacity to do more things related to our health and wellness. Sometimes we have to strip that back down to just doing some foundational things when life is demanding other things from us. And other times life is pretty status quo and we feel like we have the capacity to kind of like add a few more things. So first, I think that really getting clear on your goals and what the biggest dial movers are for those goals is the number one priority. So for example, I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different options for you guys to prioritize different things, but you need to figure out where your own priorities need to be based on your goals. So if your goal is mental health and reducing anxiety and coping with life better, maybe, taking care of mental health, seeing a therapist, something like that needs to be like the number one priority. Maybe if your goal is to get stronger in the gym, obviously eating your protein, prioritizing your workouts is going to be the number one priority for you. If your goal is to have more energy, maybe your goal is to get those 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So not every single one of you, there's not like one standard list of like, this is what a healthy lifestyle is. There's different things for different people. And that's up to each one of us to figure out what the biggest dial movers are, how we feel the best, and what we actually want to prioritize. And in my opinion, if this is something that's brand new to you, starting off with like 1 to 2 specific habits related to your goals, start there and get those really ingrained in your brain. So this has become second nature to you. This is just something that we do in our life every single day. It's not even something that we really have to consider anymore or think hard about. Once that happens, then we have a little bit more capacity for other things. And so then we can maybe go on to habits like 3 and 4 and make other things priorities so that we can continue a more well-rounded, healthy lifestyle that, has mental health things and physical health things and sleep and etc. But I am a big fan of doing slow habit change. And in fact, I created a wellness journal that's available on Amazon at alliedamron.com/journal. I'll leave this in the description below. But this is my favorite thing to do for this. So in this wellness journal, it's 12 weeks, and each week is a specific habit tracker. So I want you to write down no more than 5, ideally 1 to 2, and I talk about it all at the beginning of this book on how to do it so that you can really focus on what you're doing. Everyone loves a good checklist and likes to mark things off. So I think it's really helpful to actually, prioritize it, look at it, know that that's what you're doing, and that kind of creates a little bit more accountability and people being able to be a little bit more successful. So let's go ahead and go through some different options here. But I really do think that in general, the very biggest detriment to consistently being on this healthy living journey is this all or nothing mindset. So many of us will do 5 things at once, right? We're like, okay, I want to lose weight. So I'm going to clean out the pantry, eliminate sugar, be at the gym every day, sleep 7 hours, eat all the protein. Like we do all of these things, and it's so hard that then when our kids get sick or life comes in the way, we just throw it all out the window and we're back at square one. That is the detriment of progress or forward progress in really anything in life, whether that's through business, personal development, parenting. We're taught to be consistent in parenting strategies too, healthy living, weight loss, muscle building, mental health, anxiety reduction. all of those things. If we just do everything, that becomes way too hard. And so then when life comes for us, we do nothing. And that sort of like, ebb and flow really does create this inconsistency. And in my opinion, mental health wise, that's not benign. Each time that we do that and we fail, that wires in our brain deeper this feeling of guilt and shame and like we're a failure, etc. And that does start to become how we behave, right? Because we start to feel like I just fail at everything, or I just, suck at everything. I can't ever finish anything. I'm never successful. And that is wired in our brain, which is not something that we want to have wired in there. So in my opinion, start slow with this, figure out the biggest priorities for yourself, the biggest dial movers, and just really prioritize those 1 to maybe 2 things. So here we go with 10 different suggestions that you could implement for your healthy lifestyle. So number 1 is make exercise a priority. The most consistent form of exercise is going to be the one that you do. It doesn't have to be this perfect program. You don't have to like get into the weeds necessarily if this is new to you of which one is going to be the perfect one. Just find something that you enjoy doing to start with. I'm a big fan of strength training because it gives us a lot more bang for our buck with lean muscle mass. It burns more calories upon rest. It helps produce more human growth hormone and testosterone in women. It does a lot of other good things for us. But if you absolutely hate lifting weights and you're wanting to go on a walk each day or go to a group fitness class, do that. That is perfect. So I would say aim for at least 30 minutes a day, 3, 4, even 5 times a week, depending on the intensity and your goals, of course. You always want to look at that. And make sure that it fits in your lifestyle. It's fairly convenient. It's not going to be like a huge mountain to climb for you. Also making sure that you are moving throughout the day, just easy, putting laundry away, walking into the store, walking around the grocery store, going on a little leisure walk, walking the dog, like whatever it is. Sitting is the new smoking. There's lots and lots of research that shows that if we can get over 8,200 steps a day on average, we decrease the risk of myriad of different health conditions like cancers, heart disease, blood sugar dysregulation, type 2, diabetes, mental health conditions, all kinds of different things. So making sure that you're at least getting in that 30-minute walk each day is very, very good for you. Number 2 is plan your meals. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And this does not mean that you have to become like an expert meal prepper. I have a video all about meal prepping that I'll link below. I am not the best meal prepper, you guys. I have some room to improve there for sure. My husband and I, I created a system that kind of works for us. We always have a protein in the fridge. Bless him. He cooks a bunch of chicken for us on Sundays every single week. And then we keep like Kevin's sous vide meals in the freezer. We keep some like ground turkey or just quick things throughout the week that we can brown or saute or stir fry or whatever to get protein going. Protein tends to be obviously like the hardest thing to cook because it just takes the longest. It can be a little bit more cumbersome than some of the other sides and things like that. So figure out what that looks like for you, but try to keep healthy food on hand so that you're able to reach for that instead of some of the more like hyper palatable, highly processed, sugary, higher fat type of foods. Number 3 is get enough sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. This is really, really helpful for blood sugar, mental health, stress, hormone production, antioxidants, minerals, all kinds of different things happen when we sleep well. If you have trouble with sleep, we want to troubleshoot why. It could be a stress response thing. It could be a blood sugar dysregulation. It could be your sleep environment. It could be your sleep routine. You want to establish a consistent sleep routine. We're taught to do that for our kids. And then as adults, we kind of just like throw that out the window, but you really want to make sure that you are establishing some sort of consistent routine for bedtime and trying to stay as consistent as you can and as your lifestyle allows for going to bed and waking up at a similar time each day. Staying hydrated is number 4. So making sure that we are having our water with us consistently, also getting in minerals. So if we just drink a gallon of water each day and don't get in any electrolytes or minerals with that, we're just going to be urinating out a lot of our minerals. So making sure that we're using things like lemon juice, putting a little bit of sea salt in here, electrolyte tabs, doing an adrenal cocktail with orange juice, coconut water, and sea salt. However you want to stay hydrated, but making sure that we're not just skipping water altogether and going straight for the coffee, the Diet Coke, the tea, all of the things that can be a little bit more of a dehydrating agent. Number 5, reduce stress. I have so many videos on this channel about how actually to reduce stress and what this means. So go scour the channel for all of those different things if this is something that plagues you. In my opinion, one of the best things to try to do is catch your thoughts. If you are somebody who practices a lot of catastrophic thinking, all or nothing thinking, like we talked about earlier, try to catch those things in the act and call them out for what they are so that we don't buy into them. Other things like yoga, meditation, leisure walking, all can be really helpful for stress reduction as well. Take care of your mental health, you guys. This is something that we're just starting to tip the iceberg with talking about and kind of, reducing the stigma around it. But mental health is truly, truly, truly everything, and nothing in our body works in isolation. So the state of our brain and our mind is going to contribute to the state of our body too. The more that we are struggling with anxiety and depression and overwhelm and all of those things, it's going to feed into the stress response in our body, which can contribute to hormonal imbalances, inflammation, digestive issues, sleep issues, energy issues, food issues, emotional eating, all of those different things. So if you feel like you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out to a licensed professional, getting therapy, counseling, find things that bring you joy, all of those things. Definitely prioritize that first if you're struggling here. Number 7, limit screen time. I just did a video all about how technology impacts women's health and hormones, so I'll leave that in the description below as well. But minimize the amount of time we spend in screens. There's so many reasons, which I go through in that video from last week as well. But for one, screens generally we're sitting down. Not always. You could probably be on a treadmill and walking, looking at a screen for sure. But there can be so many more benefits when we're outside, especially this time of the year, leisure walking, listening to the birds chirping, breathing deep, being mindful and present. We can actually do a little bit of a moving meditation doing it that way. Not to say that you can't look at screens, but be mindful at how much and especially at what time of the day. So try to eliminate it about 60 minutes before bedtime so that you can get the best sleep that you can by optimizing melatonin production. Number 8 is build a supportive community. I think right now it's just such an interesting time for this when we're so interconnected with social media. And there's a lot of really, really wonderful communities on there. I'm part of several that I really, really like. I've never met these people in real life, but I feel like I've met them. I feel very close to them. And I think that part of social media is actually amazing, that it's elicited this way to do that. But I also want you to try to establish a supportive community in real life. Try to find other sports families, reach out to other moms, reach out to other women's groups, churches. I know that it's really hard to make friends as an adult woman. I definitely have faced that in my own life too, but try to just keep reaching out, try to keep really nurturing the connections that you do. If there's people that you feel connected to, but maybe geographically you live far away or just busy, just keep trying to reach out and trying to prioritize those connections, because that really does help keep us healthy mentally, helps keep us supported, and belonging and community support really is a biological need that's very, very helpful for our nervous system. Number 9 is prioritize self-care. Self-care can look like whatever you need it to look like. I always tell my patients to actually ask themselves what they need. Most women are missing some sort of need in their life, whether that's fun, relaxation, rejuvenation, sleep, rest, social connection, dating our spouse or our partner. Any of those things, try to ask yourself what you need more of in your life and really try to go get that. This will change on even a daily basis, so be willing to kind of ask yourself the question consistently, because it's very, very important. It can look like reading a book, relaxing bath, going to have coffee with a friend, going on a walk, going to a workout class, laying in bed, taking your child on a date, whatever it needs to look like, but definitely prioritize your own self-care. And honestly, guys, lack of productivity. We live in a culture that just idolizes productivity like it's the best attribute on the planet, and that's leading us to a place of a lot of dysregulation. And then lastly, you guys, do your preventative visits. I know that this is not everyone's favorite thing, but know your family history, your own risk factors from heart disease to certain kinds of cancers and screenings, blood work, whatever you need to do, but go get your yearly or bi-yearly preventative visits done, whether that's mammograms, pap smears, colonoscopies, lab work, exams, endocrinologists, whatever it looks like for you. Schedule your appointments and stay on top of your health. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that button to be notified anytime I post new content related to women's health, hormones, or holistic health. I also have a brand new free on-demand video called How to Increase Energy and Have Fewer Mood Swings by Balancing Your Hormones Without Adding to Your Already Too Full Plate. How many times have you wanted to embark on something, but your plate feels too full, which is exactly what we're chatting about today. I love to make wellness, women's health, and hormones way more simple and have women be way more educated and empowered on it. So in this training, I'm going to teach you how to be calm and collected all day long, so you're not snapping at your family all day. I'm going to teach you what your doctor might be missing about your hormones. And I'm also going to teach you how to have better mood, sleep, periods, and energies by understanding what's actually going wrong. So go download that at alliedamron.com/training. You can listen to it wherever you are, in the car, doing laundry, cooking dinner, whatever. But I'd love to have you get that information. And as always, if you need anything, please reach out.